This week, we're in Knoxville, Tennessee for full coverage of the 2020 Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions, anchored by Power Pole. Top 50 anglers from all over the country have earned their opportunity to fish in this exclusive event. The top 10 will take home over $60,000 in cash, and the winner will earn a spot on Team USA for the Hobie Fishing Worlds in Sweden. So let's get started.
Oh, it's a nice one, dude.
Yeah.
I told you that was a good fish.
After many Hobie Bass Open Series events across the U.S., it boils down to the top 50 anglers qualified for the most prestigious championship in competitive kayak fishing, the Tournament of Champions.
We're here in Knoxville, Tennessee for the Tournament of Champions. This is our culmination of the Bass Open Series. We had 10 total events this season that anglers could qualify for this event in, plus our Angler of the Year race. It was crazy competitive all year, and we brought in the top 50 anglers of our series in for this championship.
Really excited. There's a lot of good people here from all over the country, a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new people, and just want to thank Hobie for putting on the best tournament series out there for the anglers.
Oh man, I'm up against some of the hammers, man. Jody Queen, Russ Snyders, basically the top guys in kayak fishing. They're here this week.
Oh yeah, there's some heavy hitters, some really good locals like Jordan Marshall's one, Ryan Lambert. I mean, they're always cashing checks on this river and catching huge smallmouth and largemouth. So I think the local people are going to do really well in this tournament.
This is a 2-day event. Anglers are trying to catch their best 5 each day for a 10 fish total limit. We're using a catch photo release system through the Tourney X app to see what fish are going to be the longest and who's going to go home with the big check.
I think to win this tournament would really kickstart someone if they wanted to go into full-time, kayak fishing, sponsors and stuff. It's a big title to have in your name, and one that obviously anyone would be proud of, and we're all out here shooting for it. So,
to qualify for this event, you had to finish in the top 3 at any one of our 2-day opens. You could have also qualified by finishing in the top 2 of our 1-day shootout. That's just gonna bring up 30 total anglers. The other 20 anglers qualified through our Angler of the Year points race. Knoxville, Tennessee has so many opportunities to get outdoors and get on the water. This event, we were here fishing the headwaters of the Tennessee River. The French Broad River and the Holston River come together just outside Knoxville and create the Tennessee River. Then you've got Fort Loudon Lake, and then you've got Lake Tellico, which is formed by the Tellico River and the Little Tennessee River. This is all how the Tennessee River starts. Super high water on the rivers is gonna make it really swift. It's gonna be really challenging for our anglers. We wanna make sure our anglers are gonna stay safe all weekend. We require our anglers to wear a PFD at all times and be very aware of all of those conditions.
Oh, the river current is probably gonna be the toughest. And then also the water clarity from basically where we were 3 or 4 days ago. It's got a lot stained, so it's gonna change the fishing. And also the river height, it's come down about 4 feet in the last 3 days. And they're still pulling a lot of water, so I'm expecting the water to at least drop a little bit more overnight.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, it's moving really, really fast, and honestly, I have not put together a pattern, but I have caught some good fish. Actually caught my personal best smallmouth today, 21.5 inches, which was an absolute tank. But tomorrow I'm just gonna give it my all, float 17 miles and see what happens.
It's gonna be cold in the morning. I know that. I'm gonna bundle up, and I just had my ramp I was planning on launching at DQ'd, so I gotta have to go a little further, so at least all that pedal will keep me warm.
The weather doesn't really matter. It's all about the current up there. you know, with the wind and the sun do. I mean, that might matter a little bit, but the current's really what's going to set those fish up.
Fishing for sure. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been a huge hobby for me and ran in my family. And actually here at the Tournament of the Champions, I actually got to sign my letter of commitment with Carson Newman University, which is in Jefferson City, Tennessee. And fishing's it's brought me this far, and it's going to continue to bring me farther, and I'm just very excited to see where it goes.
BOS, Hobie BOS, it's like the World Series, it's like the Super Bowl, it's like the Bassmasters Elite Classic. This is it for the kayak.
Coming up, the most prestigious championship in competitive kayak fishing. The Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions will be underway right after the break.
Let's go.
Hobie Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Gerber Fishing Gear, Fish Beyond, Lorenz, Find, Navigate, Dominate, Daiwa, advancing the sport of fishing, and by Power Pole Micro Anchor, swift, silent, secure, and small. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Well, it's the first day of the Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions. We're at Fort Loudon Lake in Knoxville, Tennessee, one of the launch sites of the tournament.
We wanted to bring these anglers together and showcase the headwaters of the Tennessee River, but what we realized is how big that really was. Now we've got two large lakes. There's many miles of rivers that these anglers are able to spread out and fish this weekend.
Man, there's so much water here. I've practiced on Tellico, I've practiced on Fort Loudon. Got a spot down at Tellico. It was kind of a toss-up whether I go there or come here. The weather's going to change tomorrow. We've got a good chance of rain. The winds are calling 10 to 20 miles per hour. So I may end up fishing up here today, and then the place I got on Tellico, it's kind of out of the weather a little bit. We'll see how the day goes now to decide where I go tomorrow.
Come over here and get real close to the camera. Hold him way out here. Then I've been throwing just a Texas rig, a little speed crawl, fishing it in the trees, and picking up a bunch of little 12, 13, 14-inch fish. I've caught a lot of fish. It's not as good as it was yesterday. I'm gonna put that bait in a bunch of wood and a bunch of trees and hope for the best.
It was 15 and a quarter. My first day fishing since August, so I'm just happy to be out here.
Jake Harshman from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania found some pads of grass with rocks that have constantly produced good-sized bass for him.
I think the biggest fish I got's like 17 and something, but I mean, it's a constantly reloading spot, especially with that culvert going to the other side. No boats can get over there, no kayaks can get over there. So they funnel in and out of there. They've been funneling in and out of there all day long. I've caught fish in this spot at all hours of the day. So I don't have any desire to leave, really. You got the best 50 guys and girls in the country out here competing. It doesn't matter the money. It could be for $20. You got the best 50 out here. I want to beat them. I didn't even think I could do anything like this until I won Seminole. To win this, like, outside of my son being born, would probably be the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I guess when I got married too. Sorry, Sarah.
We now join Eric Siddiqui from Cincinnati, Ohio. Eric qualified for the 2019 Hobie Fishing Worlds in Australia.
Last I looked, I was sitting top 10, and I don't know, I just need either one really big fish or a couple pretty good fish, and I should stay up there and have a chance for tomorrow. I was planning on throwing the spinnerbait today. I thought it would be good, all this bait around and everything, but I couldn't get bit on the thing at all. And I put it away, and then when I pulled up on the first dock, they started busting on the backside. I picked it back up, and they started choking it, so I've just been throwing it ever since. So we'll see what happens.
Let's check in with the 2019 Kentucky Lake champion, Christine Fisher.
That's a good freaking start. Look at that freaking tank. Woo! 18 and a half. Oh my gosh. Big smallmouth, you guys. Oh, that's a giant freaking smallmouth. That is an 18-inch smallmouth, y'all. Let's go. Oh my God, I got another one. Big smallmouth. Stay down, stay down. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, you guys, let's win this tournament. 19 3/4. $18 3/4, y'all. Let's go.
Day one of the Tournament of Champions is in the book. The local angler Ryan Lambert is leading the pack with a total of 95 inches, followed closely by Christine Fisher with a total of 94 inches. Coming in third is Lance Coley from Calera, Alabama. And here are the rest of the top 10 from day one.
I got down to the area that I wanted to fish. I spent about 3 hours getting down there, caught a 19 and a half on the way down. And once I got to my spot, it was just flipping a light switch. I caught 3 more fish and then culled another time, and I quit fishing about 10:30 and just floated the rest of the way and got out of there. Having a lead's good, but that's also like a lot of pressure. They're right on my heels, so I know I've got to do it all over again tomorrow.
I caught a really quick limit, and it was a decent limit, probably by 8:30 or so. And I did a really long float on one of the rivers today, almost 17 miles. So I think I figured a few things out, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow and go out there and see what happens.
Kind of a shocker, to be honest. I had a really struggled pre-fishing, and you know, made the decision to start off on the lake. Got a limit with one pretty good kicker fish, 18 3/4. Then at about 9:30, made the decision to hit the river. So I got a 19 3/4 and a 20 1/4, which quite a surprise, to be honest. The day couldn't have gone better.
Coming up, the final day of the Tournament of Champions. The weather conditions changed drastically. Find out what happens next. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Today is the final day of the Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions in Knoxville, Tennessee. The weather conditions have completely changed. Strong winds and possible heavy rains are in the forecast.
I'm just going to do the exact same thing that I've been doing. I mean, I feel comfortable, you know, knowing what it's going to take to trigger these fish, and I feel like I can get 5 good bites today. I'm kind of putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm just doing a single access today instead of a float. We covered like 17 miles yesterday, and I've cut it down to about, I don't know, 150 yards today. Fish on. Let's go. I don't think he's gonna make it. 17 3/4 is gonna be it. All right. We're gonna keep on plugging away at them, but most of the fish that I'm catching out of this spot are in the 18 to 20 inch range. So those are what it's gonna take to win this tournament. So I'm just gonna keep working at them, and hopefully I can get 4 more bites. And if we're sitting about 97, by 10 o'clock, we're gonna get out of here.
Coley McGowan is sitting in 7th place on the leaderboard, and now he's just upgrading with an 18 and a half smallie.
I started out upstream. I've been fishing mostly rock bank and grass off from the bank, and about 10, 12 foot of water, I guess, and I ain't got a limit yet, but I've got 2 decent ones. I'd like to get rid of the other ones. I think there's so much bait fish in here right now, it's just, they're not just too terribly hungry. I think you just gotta trigger them to eat.
Now, Let's check back on Christine Fisher one last time before the tournament comes to a close.
Just happy to be here, y'all. Let's bring this thing home.
The flat I was sitting on yesterday, and I caught 90-some inches real fast. There was a few fish there, but not like they were, and the size was tough to come by. Lost one good one that would have helped me. Fished it pretty good, but conditions are different. And I sat them out till about noon, and I've got to move. I've got 3 more spots I want to hit, and it's definitely a little tougher today. I know Lambert's whacking them. Their pet fish are there. Mine aren't, but I still have one really good stretch of bank. I got to make something happen. I've got 3 fish I'm happy with, 1 small one, and I need to get a limit. I'm telling you right now, I had a huge advantage with my Hobie Pro Angler 14 360. The 360 was the advantage. You guys saw there's a couple times I about flipped my kayak, and if I didn't have that 360-degree maneuverability, and just to hold along the current seams and get in and to this cut bank and fish it appropriately, there is no better boat out there to have on the river than the 360, like without a doubt.
Up next, the results are in. We will crown the winner of the 2020 Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions. Stay tuned. Hobie Outdoor Adventures has been brought to you by Railblaza. Hold everything with Railblaza. Hobie Eyewear. See life easy. AftCo, American Fishing Tackle Company. And by St. Croix Rod, the best rod on earth. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. We're in Knoxville, Tennessee for the 2020 Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions, hosted by Visit Knoxville Sports Commission.
We are so happy to be here in Knoxville this weekend. We've had amazing fall colors right outside the Great Smoky Mountains. I don't care what time of year it is, this is a place that you can come and enjoy the outdoors and then go right inside and have a great time inside the city of Knoxville. There's so much to offer here, no matter if you're looking for an outdoor fishing getaway or something to do with the family.
You know, it's pretty fantastic that a city like Knoxville was willing to give us a shot, you know, give Hobie a chance and bring us here so that we can show them what we bring to the table as anglers. You know, there's a lot of us traveling here to this community. We're spending some money in this town, and we really want to showcase what these fisheries can do. I know the rivers this time of year are really shining. The lakes may be a little tough, but I think all in all, as a group, we really showcase what our sport's all about and what we bring to the table for other communities like Knoxville. We've kind of set the example here to show what we can do.
It's time to crown a new grand champion of the 2020 Hobie Bass Open Series Tournament of Champions. Third place belongs to Christine Fisher from Weeping Water, Nebraska. Christine finished higher than any other female competitor in a kayak fishing national championship event. Second place goes to Jordan Marshall from Maryville, Tennessee. He takes home $8,000 in cash. And the winner goes to Ryan Lambert from Chattanooga, Tennessee, with an impressive tally of 186.25 inches and earning a whopping $30,000.
I feel like I just lived out a dream today. Everybody that kayak fishes, I mean, this is their goal, you know, to win the Tournament of Champions. It is the top tournament in the kayak bass fishing world, and then to qualify for the Hobie Worlds on top of that and take home 30 grand in a plastic boat. Are you kidding me? Like, this is it. This is it.
I'm super stoked, man. This was the goal the whole year, was to come here and qualify, and to be able to have a good finish is icing on the cake this year. It took me 6 events to qualify, I guess, and made it in on AOY points. You know, this was the goal the whole year to make it here, so I knew if I could just get here, I'd have a good finish.
A little bittersweet. I was really close to third place AOY, and that would have been a world spot, and I would love to go back-to-back worlds. But you know what? All things said and done, I'm just really fortunate to end up where I was, and I'm pretty happy with that, especially in this group of 50 people. I mean, this is the best of the best in our sport, and this room is loaded with talent. So I'll take it.
The top 10 finishers earned $61,000 in total. An additional $1,000 also went to Cole Clefman, who took the Bass & Magazine Big Bass Honors with his 20.75-inch catch. Drew Gregory, who won the Hobie Bass Open at Lake Dardanelle event, took the Hobie BOS Angler of the Year title, received $5,000 in cash, and a fully rigged, custom-colored Hobie Mirage 360 Pro Angler 14, outfitted with a power pole. The top 3 Angler of the Year winners also received their invitations to the next Hobie Fishing Worlds in Sweden.
You know, I just fished the minimum of 3 events to qualify for this tournament as well, and then do well here. So it just goes to show, I mean, if you only have 3 events to fish, you can certainly just get out there and you might end up Angler of the Year like I did.
Congratulations to all kayak anglers, and special thanks to Visit Knoxville Sports Commission for their kind hospitality and immeasurable contribution to the tournament.
Make sure you check out the 2021 BOS schedule as we spread out all over the country to take this series to your local waters or places that you can travel into. We can't wait to see you on the trail next year.
Thank you for watching, and see you next week on Hobie Outdoor Adventures.